A long shadow Compaoré's Burkina Faso. Blaise Compaoré's influence on the country was profound and far-reaching. Blaise Compaoré ruled Burkina Faso for 27 years. His tenure was marked by both development and controversy. He came to power in 1987. It was a coup. The event shocked the nation and changed its course. His friend Thomas Sankara was killed. Sankara's death left a void in the hearts of many. Sankara was a revolutionary leader. He inspired hope and a vision for a better future. He was trying to make Burkina Faso independent. Compaoré's rule was different. It took a more pragmatic approach. He opened up the economy. This brought some prosperity but also new challenges. But he also silenced his opponents. Political repression became a hallmark of his regime. In 2014, people protested against Compaoré. The streets were filled with voices demanding change. They were tired of his rule. The desire for democracy and freedom was palpable. He wanted to stay in power longer, but the people's will was stronger. The protests forced him out. He fled the country. His departure marked the end of an era. Compaoré's time in power left its mark. The nation was forever changed by his policies and actions. Burkina Faso was trying to find its way. The country had problems. The path to recovery was not easy. One of the biggest was land. Who controlled it? How was it used? These were pressing questions. These questions were important for Burkina Faso's future. The answers would shape the destiny of the nation. Many people in Burkina Faso are pastoralists. This means they raise livestock. Animals like cattle, sheep, and goats are important. They provide food and income. Pastoralism is a way of life. It's part of Burkina Faso's culture. But pastoralism is facing challenges. The climate is changing, there's less rain. The land is getting drier, it's harder to find grazing land for animals. On top of that, land is becoming more scarce. More people need land for farming. This puts pressure on pastoralists. They have less space to graze their animals. It's a difficult situation. In February 2025, Burkina Faso took a big step towards reshaping its future. The government announced a groundbreaking new land reform policy. It was a major change that promised to transform the lives of many. The goal? To give land back to the people, ensuring they have control over their own resources. Under the old system, many people didn't have legal documents for their land. They followed traditional customs which were often unwritten. But this made them vulnerable to exploitation and uncertainty. Powerful people, even foreigners, could take their land with little to no resistance. The new policy changes that by establishing clear ownership and usage rights. Now, the state owns all the land, creating a more organized and fair system. People can lease the land for long-term use. They can use it for farming, raising animals, or other productive activities. But they can't sell it, ensuring the land remains within the community. And foreigners can't own land anymore, protecting local interests. This is a big deal for the people of Burkina Faso. The government wants to make sure Burkina Faso's resources benefit its people, not outsiders. They also want to prevent disputes over land, fostering peace and stability in the region. Section 4. Echoes of Change Across Africa. Burkina Faso isn't alone in its struggle for autonomy and self-determination. Across the vast and diverse continent of Africa, numerous countries are taking bold steps to reclaim control over their resources and destinies. They are determined to manage their own resources, ensuring that the benefits of their rich lands are felt by their own people. The people are tired of being exploited by foreign entities and are rising up to demand their rights and fair treatment. In Mali, the president took a stand against a foreign gold mining company that was extracting vast amounts of wealth from the country. The company was taking a significant portion of the profits, leaving little for the local economy and the people of Mali. The president's goal was to negotiate a fairer deal that would ensure more of the wealth generated from Mali's resources stayed within the country. South Africa is also grappling with significant land issues, a legacy of its tumultuous history. The country is working to address the deep-seated problems caused by decades of apartheid, which saw black South Africans forcibly removed from their ancestral lands. During apartheid, black South Africans were systematically displaced, losing their homes and livelihoods. Now, the government is making efforts to return some of that land to its rightful owners, aiming to rectify past injustices. These movements across the continent are interconnected. They are about reclaiming sovereignty, ensuring fairness, and building a future where African nations control their own destinies. United in their efforts, African countries are striving to shape their own futures, free from external exploitation and influence. Section 5. A future in the balance. Burkina Faso's land reform is a bold move. It's too early to tell if it will work. There are challenges ahead. Some people are worried about the new policy. They think it will scare away foreign investment. Others say it's necessary to protect Burkina Faso's resources. The future of Burkina Faso is uncertain. But one thing is clear: the country is at a crossroads. The decisions made today will shape its future for generations to come.